So I fully admit I am wildly out of my depth on this topic, but I just want to offer, so one of the pieces of evidence that has been offered against the idea of a lab leak, this is from Science News, and it's based on a report that was published in Nature Medicine. They say that this virus has components that differ from those of previously known viruses, so they had to come from an unknown virus or viruses in nature, and this is the quote from the study: genetic data irrefutably show that SARS-CoV-2 is not derived from any previously used virus backbone, meaning that, okay, if you're creating something in the lab, you're using an existing known virus and then you're modifying it. They're saying this is coming from nature because this isn't anything that we've ever dealt with before. What do you make of that piece?
Well, at some level, we are now dealing with a kind of narrative theater surrounding this virus. That argument doesn't make any sense, and nobody who is in this community could imagine that it does, for the following reason. When we say that the virus may have been modified in the lab, we are not necessarily talking about edits where someone sits down to introduce a sequence. That is certainly possible. That is something that we do. But we are in general talking about a type of gain-of-function research that uses a process called serial passaging, in which we do things in the lab that we literally do not know how to do. And the way we do it is we use evolution. We take a virus and we can introduce it into tissues or into animals, and then we can allow it to transmit between cells or between individuals of these animal species. And so evolution does the work for us. And for anyone to argue that because, as the initial Nature paper that dismissed this possibility argued, although SARS-CoV-2 is very good at transmitting between people, the sequence is one humans would not have predicted would be successful. That was the argument against the possibility of this being human modified. But it elides the strong possibility that serial passaging discovered things about transmissibility that we humans simply did not know until it had occurred.
Yeah. Well, this has been extraordinarily helpful to us. Dr. Weinstein, we appreciate you joining us, laying out all the evidence, and we really appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Great to have you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely.
Well, more Rising for you after this.